What previously normal thing is now a luxury? Retirement strategy built into your job. Imagine getting a good paying job and knowing you were going to do that job for 30 years, make enough to buy a home, raise a family, and then retire with enough money to pass down to your kids. Jesus Christ, that sounds like a fairy tale fantasy. That's called a union job. My friend's dad had a union GM job, line worker. Got a new Cadillac every year, lived to 96. His kids still get his GM discount. Privacy. South Park did an episode on this. Everyone was posting their thoughts online but were also complaining about their lack of privacy. And we did it to ourselves. I'm not even talking about the Patriot Act or what governments do. In the 90s, CCTV was rare. Government offices used paper for most things. Computers were used for the bigger stuff in the back office, mainly for law enforcement related purposes. Those of us who used the internet had to bend over backwards to put pictures on it. If you wanted to take dirty pictures, you needed to learn how to develop your own film or use a Polaroid. As the 90s turned to the aughts, the desire to put photos on the internet rose, and the idea of not using film appealed to certain nerds, so digital cameras rapidly proliferated. With that came digital CCTV systems. Then social media hit and everyone wanted to update everyone on their entire lives all the time, uploading photos constantly, tagging people in locations, sharing every detail of their lives. So technology followed use and cameras appeared in phones, then phones turned into social media platforms themselves, and now we're in a state where almost everyone on Earth is carrying what the NSA would have considered a sophisticated surveillance device on their person at all times. I blame GeoCities. A single-income household that owns a home, a car, and can go on yearly family vacations. Basically The Simpsons. At least Homer lucked out into a job at the power plant, where he's apparently paid well, while being wildly incompetent. On the other hand, married, with children, had Al Bundy being able to afford the same lifestyle on a single income working at a shoe store at the mall. Have a product that lasts many years. Not for a lack of resources of the great companies, but it is much more profitable to make a product that lasts a few years and make people go after another product of yours. My parents still use, pretty often, the same rice cooker they got as a wedding gift 36 years ago. I got one from Walmart last month and it quit working on the second use. Get a cheaper rice cooker. The super cheap ones are so mechanically simple that they should last forever. The more you design something, the more can go wrong. Coffee maker with programmable timer, multiple brew settings, an auto-off warming pad, 5 years, tops. Coffee maker with on-off switch, will outlive you. Owning a home. Activities. Carnivals, parks, festivals, etc. Last time I went to a carnival it was $40 per person, more if you bought the ticket the day of. Refare here is over $60 for the entry fee. They were never cheap, but they were affordable ways to interact with your local community and spend time with family friends. Now there isn't really much you can do without a steep entry fee. Not to mention the cost of the food once you are inside. It's insane. One of my coworkers went to the state fair and said it was $60 for a burger, a hot dog, and some fries. Went out for 4th of July this year, first holiday I have taken my daughter out to. She is almost 18 months. For the mini pizza, ices, and a cup of fruit, it was $40 plus. Add on $10 per person for the bounce houses, which my daughter hated, by the way. Shit is expensive. Same for music concerts. In the 70s, we could buy concert tickets with our minimum wage jobs. Additionally, people say kids don't go out and do things outside like they used to. Staples like the neighborhood carnival either no longer exist or are super expensive. Uninterrupted videos. When the video is just something I come across randomly, that's so annoying, but if it's a streamer I've been following for a while, I'm so happy to see ads because they're making a living and able to make more content. I've watched a few small-time streamers become professionals over the last couple of years, and it's awesome to see someone manifest their own career and wealth out of thin out with just pure drive. In America, we used to have starter homes. A home so cheap a single young person's salary could move him in. All the starter homes in my area have been flipped, adding second stories on top. Not sure why starter homes aren't really a thing anymore. The land is the cost. The pile of wood on top is just an accessory. They recently built some starter homes near me that are starting in the upper $900,000 range. Meanwhile, my parents bought our house for $318,000 in 1994, or $635,000 with inflation. This is despite our house being larger, on a larger lot, and in a better location in a cul-de-sac versus on a busy street. I just did the math and did it again. It would take 30 years for me to afford $1 million home on the salary I currently have, which is definitely above minimum wage in my area, after taxes, not factoring in any expenses. By then I'd be close to retirement. Does the math again, softly weeping. Products without a monthly subscription. I'm waiting for the time in the future when companies' product differentiators become no subscription needed. 8 hours of sleep, at least for me. I'd like to add, I'm not a parent, I'm just fucking miserable. I can't go through life without 9 hours. This isn't a choice. Same, and I hate it. Everyone says, must be nice to sleep that long, but it's not. What I wouldn't give to be fully functional on 7 hours or less. In the UK, heating our homes for the winter, energy prices have become unaffordable. Definitely look into getting a heated electric blanket. Someone did the math, and those and hot water bottles are a cheaper option than heating your house more. Not ideal, but will help keep you from freezing to death due to lack of money. These are great, but cold houses will still get damp and moldy while you sit underneath your heated blanket. Obviously better than freezing to death, though. Real wood furniture. This MDF and particle board shit is disgusting. We recently bought a solid hardwood dining table and some chairs. You can just tell the quality difference. The table alone weighs almost 350 pounds and is solid as all hell. We are looking forward to passing it on to our kids. Our previous table was one of those veneered bullshit tables made out of compressed sawdust. It was only a few years old but was already falling apart. $500 down the drain for that. Our table is my husband's parents from when they first got married. It survived 4 cross-country moves and 2 overseas moves. My husband built our bed because all of the beds we looked at were just cheap crap. My son's bedroom set was my husband's when he was growing up. Solid wood furniture is amazing. One of my favorite possessions is the oak dining table and chair set I inherited from my grandmother. Lobster used to be poor man's food. In her childhood, my mother talked to an old man who had been poor in his youth. He told her how he would wait until the middle of the night to go throw his lobster shells into the sea, so that no one would know he had to resort to eating lobster. If you think about it, lobsters are like huge sea cockroaches. It boils down to lobster meat turning rancid fast if not stored properly. Once people learned how to keep lobsters fresh, people were like, damn, this shit's good. Lobster used to be prison food. Having a reachable, reliable doctor that doesn't make you feel like you're wasting their time. Healthcare is a joke, interventional rad tech here, and I sometimes question why I'm a part of it. Full product softwares and games. Wild how quickly we went from buying finished products in boxes with instructions to digital purchases of half a game with 10 gigabytes day one patches and the option to buy the rest, or wait a year for the gaudy edition. Horses. I spend far more on hay than I do on gas. Can't tell if sarcasm or legit, please help. Legit. Just bought 700 bales to get through winter, at $10 bale. I spend $35,000 a year on my daughter's horse. I am ashamed. Congratulations on your success. And good on you for helping your daughter have the kind of childhood many can only dream of. It's actually truer than you can imagine. I grew up on a ranch, right during the phase where the cost of horses and ATVs flipped, making the luxury a utility and vice versa. It's fascinating to me. Beef jerky. I can't believe how fucking expensive this shit is nowadays. Ads for YouTube. Ad blockers are still a thing though. Watch an ad to watch the video, watch an ad because it's a sponsored video, surprise ad in the middle of the video, end video with a shout out to sponsor. Meals on flights. Luggage on flights. Now your ticket in cuties just the seat your ass occupies. Luggage? That's extra. Being able to pay living expenses and have money left over. Water. Oops, sorry, I thought it was 2024. Dueling someone to the death without capital punishment. Babies. Maternity leave. My roommates are putting off having kids for a while because they can't afford it. Considering it's us two married couples living in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment, we also don't have the room. I also have no interest in living with a child, my wife and I don't want them no matter what, so they'd have to get their own place to raise a child. They're already in their 30s, so they're afraid that it might never happen. Owning anything. Instead of it being a monthly subscription. Yep. Subscription fatigue is a real thing. Eating healthy. Food. Literally just food. Shit's getting expensive and hoarders take it all and let it go bad. I spent like $14 at McDonald's for like one combo and was like, wait, when the fuck did that happen? Water in SoCal. Some people still don't realize it and sadly keep watering their lawns while simultaneously complaining about their water bills. I don't understand why anyone keeps a lawn. Constant maintenance, even before you get into the issues with monocultures, introduced species, land wastage, water wastage, fertilizer runoff, etc. Why not pull it up and plant some nice soft, hardy clover or indigenous ground cover? Mechanical watches. Quartz and digital nearly completely eliminated the low to middle market. The only survivors were, or became, status symbols. Legroom on a plane. I think it was a very small window in time where flying at all wasn't considered a luxury. What previously normal thing is now a luxury? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.